Hello, everyone. Today we are standing in line at your favorite little coffee shop. Not too crowded, not too quiet. You smell the rich aroma of espresso, hear the faint hiss of steamed milk, and maybe even feel the warmth of a paper cup in your hand. It's a typical morning. You're not rushing, but you've got things to do. And then, boom, a cheerful voice says, "Next in line, please." That's your cue. You might be good at English if you listen to this video, because what we're about to do is exactly what real people do every day in English-speaking countries. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you really like what I do here. And hey, drop your city and local time in the comments. I'd love to know where in the world you're listening from. Now, let's focus. Let's start our next journey together. You walk up to the counter. "Good morning," the barista says. You smile. Don't freeze, don't panic. You say, "Hi, can I get a medium latte with oat milk, please?" Boom, that's English. That's conversation. That's progress. This is where everyday English really shows its value. Simple, friendly exchanges that happen before your brain even has time to overthink. The phrase, "can I get," is a goldmine for speaking casually but politely. It's not textbook formal like "may I order," but it's not sloppy either. It's the kind of thing you'll hear 100 times a day in places where English is spoken naturally. Let's zoom in. When you say, "Can I get a latte?" you're using polite, present-tense request language. This is the first phrase you should memorize if you're a beginner learning English. Not just repeat, memorize. Say it out loud right now. "Can I get a latte, please?" Did you say it? Great. Now try changing latte to anything else. Tea, sandwich, a bottle of water. "Can I get a sandwich with no onions, please?" "Can I get a bottle of water?" By swapping just one word, you unlock 100 different conversations. That's the magic of structure-based learning. It's how beginners get fluent faster. You don't memorize random vocabulary. You memorize phrases with slots you can fill in. Now picture this. The barista asks, "Anything else?" You say, "No, that's it, thanks." They reply, "Name for the order?" You say your name. And here's a funny twist. They write it wrong. You're Maria, but the cup says Moria. Welcome to the club. You chuckle, they chuckle. The moment is shared. This is where fluency really happens, not in a classroom, but in real life, over small things like your name on a cup. And trust me, even if your pronunciation isn't perfect, people are listening for your intention, not your accent. Here's a useful English word of the day: customize. It means to change something to match your own preference. In English-speaking cafes, you can customize everything. "Can I get a cappuccino, extra foam, half shot of vanilla, no sugar?" Now, this sounds advanced, but it's just a chain of basic words you already know. So how do beginners learn this? Easy. You listen, you repeat, you copy, and you imagine yourself doing it. Let's try this together. Repeat after me. "Hi, I'd like a coffee, no sugar, extra milk, please." "Can I get a green tea to go?" "What sizes do you have?" You're not just saying the words, you're feeling the rhythm. That rhythm is the hidden grammar of English. Another tip, learn stock phrases. These are like cheat codes. Phrases like, "No worries," "Take your time," "That's all, thanks," "To go, please." You hear them, you collect them, and suddenly you have the tools to survive almost any casual encounter. Now, remember how you learned to say hello in English? Probably in school, right? You learned hello and how are you? But here's the real twist. Most people say, "Hey, how's it going?" or "Morning." These are friendlier, warmer, more real. So how do you learn the real stuff? You copy people who speak like this podcast. You don't memorize textbooks. You listen, absorb, and practice aloud. Don't just watch passively. Say it out loud. Yes, even if your cat thinks you've gone crazy. Oh, and one more pro tip. Use fillers to buy time when you're not sure. Words like, let me see, actually. You might think fillers are bad, but nope, They make you sound more human. Even native speakers use them all the time. Before you leave the coffee shop, the barista hands you your drink. Here you go, have a great day. You smile back and say, you too. That's called mirroring. You copy the mood, tone, and energy. It's one of the fastest ways to sound fluent. Here's a beginner memory tip. Every time you buy a drink, practice at least one full English sentence. It might feel you're walking down the street, headphones on, enjoying the sunlight, when suddenly, bam, you spot someone you haven't seen in months. Maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's a high school friend, maybe it's someone you totally forgot about until now, but they're looking straight at you, waving. You freeze for a second, then your brain kicks in. Okay, what do I say? And this, my friend, is the magic moment where real-life English matters more than anything you learned from a textbook. You smile, pull out one earbud, and say, hey, wow, it's been a while. That simple sentence, it's been a while, is your golden key. It's natural, warm, and instantly friendly. You didn't say, I haven't seen you in a long time. That's correct, yes, but it sounds robotic. Instead, you used a common phrase that native speakers love. So, memorize this one. Hey, it's been a while. Then you both start chatting. Maybe they ask, how have you been? And now you have another moment to shine. Here's a great English trick. Don't overthink the answer. Most people say, good, just busy with work. Not bad, just getting by. Can't complain, you. And boom, you've just kept the conversation alive. These are all casual response phrases. You can use them in almost any conversation with someone you know. Now, let's take a step back. What's really happening here? You greeted them warmly. You used a common phrase, it's been a while. You answered quickly and casually. You mirrored their tone. This is the foundation of social fluency. And guess what? It's built more on habits than vocabulary. Once you learn a few of these little social moves, you can use them forever. Now maybe they ask, so what are you up to these days? Here's another moment to practice. Still working at the same place? I just moved to a new apartment. Trying to stay sane, you know. The last one, trying to stay sane, that's a funny one. It means life is chaotic, but you're handling it. Native speakers love humor like this. It makes you relatable. So don't be afraid to use funny phrases. Speaking of which, here's your English word of the day, spontaneous. It means something that happens unexpectedly, without planning, like this very encounter. So, when you run into someone and you're not prepared, you're having a spontaneous conversation. And those are the best kind for practice. You're off script, you're in the moment, you're reacting naturally. Now, you're a beginner or intermediate English speaker. How do you get better at these moments? Here's a tip. Practice little scripts in your head. Imagine you bump into someone. What will they say? What will you say? Example, them, hey, how have you been? You, pretty good, busy, but good. You, them, same here, life's crazy. You, tell me about it. That last one, tell me about it, is another great phrase. It means I agree with you totally. See how fun this is? Now, let's turn this into something practical. Try this beginner memory tip. Every time you leave your house, imagine who you might run into. You don't even have to speak to them, just imagine it. Because the moment you visualize these conversations, you start training your mind to react like a native speaker. Let's build a short conversation kit for surprise encounters. Oh hey, I didn't expect to see you here. How long has it been? You look great. What's new? Still working at the same job? We should catch up sometime. Here, take my number, text me. Each one of these is short, friendly, and beginner accessible. Say them slowly, repeat them with your own details. Still working at the hospital? Still living downtown? Still teaching? This formula, still plus verbing, is a killer tool. It shows interest, it's easy to remember, and it works 99% of the time. Here's a quick story. I once ran into my old teacher at a bookstore. I hadn't seen her in years. I panicked and just said, "Hi, you still teaching?" She laughed, nodded, and we talked for 5 minutes. That one line made the whole conversation happen. Don't aim for perfect grammar. Aim for connection, because that's what conversation is really about. Now, let's talk tone and body language, something no grammar book teaches you. When you greet someone, smile, use their name if you remember it, raise your eyebrows just a little. It signals interest. Even a beginner can master these physical cues. They're universal. Let's do one final drill together. Repeat after me out loud. Hey, it's been forever. You look great. How's life? We should totally catch up. Congratulations, you just had a full social interaction, without fear, without notes, and with real conversational English. Oh, and if you ever forget the right word mid-sentence, try this trick. What's the word, It buys you time, it keeps things real. Native speakers do this all the time. So, next time someone appears out of nowhere and waves at you, don't panic. You've got this. You've practiced, you're ready, and remember, the best conversations are never planned.